Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Huge news. Probably the most important video I've done for ages. I got special guests with me. We're going to be going over to Sensei as well. He's got all his charts set up. There he is with all his charts. XRP. Good evening, Sensei. I hope you're well, mate. You well? Yeah. He's all good?
All well, thank you.
All well.
For this.
Great to have you here. Fantastic. We're going to be covering XRP breaking news. We're going to be covering Apple, huge news, how this affects Nvidia, the overall markets, everything's primed, the buy zone, the sell zone, the support levels, followed up by a 24-hour stream, which you can get ready because you want to be there tomorrow night. You really, really do. You don't want to miss the open. And Sensei is going to give you all the charts. I'm going to give you a flavor of what you're going to see. We've got a really, really important poll. There's the poll. You've got to make sure you see this poll. I will give you the information on this poll in a second. XRP could surge over tenfold before Trump's term ends. I'm going to explain what that's all about. Trump exempts smartphones. Tariffs gone away for Apple, for your smartphones. Not in entirety, but a huge part. This is huge. This is massive. Get ready for Sunday night. We're going to keep our eye on the breaking news as it happens. We're going to be keeping our eye on XRP. This is XRP. I gave you a story this morning and told you it was popping and it continued to rise on my video. Remember, I always say whenever I go live, the market go up. And I said to you, it's going to sell straight back off again. Was I right? Yes, I was right on it. We put a poll on it. We're going to show you what the poll result was. We showed you why it would go up, why it's going to go down. Don't chase it. It's happening exactly. We're also going to show you. Nvidia and Apple. Apple AAPL. Let me just type it in because we got tariff news that's going to explode on Sunday night. You don't want to miss it. That's Apple. That's XRP, and of course, Apple plays a huge part of the S&P. It's the biggest part of the S&P. So you on standby. Are you ready for a huge event? This is going to be absolutely massive. Potentially our third best ever live stream. The first one was XRP, you may remember, with 60 minutes. And then we had something else around the 100,000. I think this will be in third place. I'm guessing 50,000 views, between 50 and 70,000. Let's see if I end up right. This is so important. You cannot afford to miss it. I've got Sensei here on standby. Let me show you. He's got all his charts set up. He's got charts for Nvidia. He's got charts for XRP. He's got charts for Apple. And then, of course, he's going to cover it live just before the open on Sunday night as well. You won't want to miss that. All this information that he's sharing on the screen, he's got lots of it set up for you. So you got a fun-packed, maybe half an hour of back-to-back facts, no messing around. So let's get straight into it. So tap the like button if you like this content and you want to know how to make some money Sunday night, because boy, am I happy that I'm all in. Flipping heck, am I happy I'm in. Also, consider subscribing. We just smashed through 76,000 subscribers just a few minutes ago, and it's continually rolling around because this news is so big, it's going to blow up everyone's portfolio on Sunday night. Of course, if you're short in the market or you're not in, ouch. We're going to help you find a way to get in, though, if you're not in. But if you're short in the market, I'm not going to show you anything. It's your own bloody fault. You shouldn't have shorted the market. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, you know what I think as shorters. Let's get straight into it now then. We've got, how many have we got watching now? 192. So we're going to start off the way we always start off, with some little bit of action, and we want 100 likes in 1 minute. Are you ready? Put Mr. Mini-Me. Did you know that was Mr. Mini-Me? Well, you do now. There he is on the screen. Let's bring in the funky music. Let's go, go, go. So here we go. We got 200 watching. This is going to be huge, folks. 200 watching. We want 100 likes in 1 minute. Are you ready? 203 watching. I'm going to count down. 1 minute, 203. Let's scroll across. Let's see what we got. We got 5. Okay, that's no good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refresh the screen. What have we got? Let's get straight up to it. We've got 32 likes. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I'll come to all the comments and questions in a moment. This is absolutely incredible. 32. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'm not going to hang around. I haven't got time. Sensei's got to go. He's gone on a parachute jump this afternoon, and I'm taking a Ferrari round a racetrack, followed by a skydive. Believe me? Well, you don't know, do you? We might be. So we got to get off. We ain't got time to lose. We got money to make. We got things to do. Right, so are you ready? Tap the like button. I want to get straight onto the news. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I ain't got time to hang around. What are we on? What are we on? What are we on? We're on 32. No, that's not right. That's the video. There we go. 56. That'll do for me. We're going to move on. All right, get rid of Mr. Mini-Me. Close out the music. There we go. I'm loving it. Okay. All right. Now, if you tap the like button, it will share it out to more people. Sensei, tell me what we're going to get from you in a few minutes. Give me a flavor of what you've got coming up in a few seconds.
We've got the full chart analysis for Nvidia, Apple, and XRP. What we're looking at for Monday, gaps to fill, sudden price actions to the upside, how to be prepared for that. We've got some charts on the tariff implication, what's being taken off. We've got big holdings of the S&P 500, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft. They're going to benefit very much about this, but Martyn's going to give you a flavor of the fundamentals. I'll add on a few bits and bobs, and then we'll really look into the charts and what the charts are saying for the week ahead.
I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. If you go to your main face screen in a second, as I clear you off, Sensei, I'll bring you back on that one. After that, I'll talk to you first before the chart. Okay, so folks, if you've just tuned in, we hope you are ready for Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Portfolios are going to be wrecked. Shorters are going to go down, and those that are in are going to go up. I'm 100% certain, as certain as I could be. Every indication will be there. These are the points. The market will explode on Sunday night at 7 o'clock Central. We'll get at 5 o'clock. We'll get the futures, so we'll have a good look at it at 5 p.m. Central. I think Sensei will just be finishing his Sunday show at that point, so he'll be able to confirm that. That's tomorrow night. You don't want to miss that. I'll put the link in the chat in a minute, and I'll also put it below the video for everybody watching later. Okay, Apple tariffs. Well, basically what's happened in the last few minutes, I've got the information for you. Donald Trump has made it iPhones and technical gadgets and stuff like that, things that Nvidia produce as well, exempt from the tariffs. Ooh, yes, indeed. So, of course, Nvidia and Apple are huge parts of the S&P, so expect that. Charts. Sensei's got the charts. He'll cover that. XRP. I gave you the news earlier about XRP, didn't I? I went live and told you XRP was going up, but don't just watch because it's going up. You need to plan for the next move. And I said, don't buy it. It's going straight back down. Guess what? It went straight back down. So we got all that to talk about, and what you missed. What you missed. I think we'll start with what you missed, just because I can, and it's the bottom of the list, so why not do it at the top of the list? What did you miss? Well, this is what you missed, and you need to go and check it out now. If you don't check it out now, you won't be ready for tomorrow. You'll have no idea what I'm talking about, and you can miss an opportunity of a lifetime. This is the homepage of the channel where you are live right now, and if I click here on the live section, I put out to you this information here. I put PPI. No one was talking about it. It wasn't trending on Google. No one was paying attention, but I was, and that's why I was, because nobody else was. PPI inflation was incredible, absolutely incredible. We went negative on inflation. I mean, really good, but no one talked about it. CNBC, Bloomberg still haven't focused on it. Been focusing on Donald Trump and the tariffs. God knows why. I told you that the tariffs were going to go away in this video. Why the market popped. I said to you the market would pop on the basis of what Donald Trump said in this here. I told you who the people were because I engage with them on X and Instagram. They're the same people that are working on the negotiations. And now we've got negotiations happening as we speak. And then I said to you, next video, pump for a generation. This is going to be life-changing money. I bought the bottom. You all saw me do it. I went live all day to make sure I bought the bottom. And I told you it's going to be a pump of a generation. I've got to be honest, I didn't expect it on Sunday night. But it's coming. I thought it would come sometime during next week, to the end of the week, when we'd had time to do more tariff negotiations. But they're coming, but it happens. They're already starting on Sunday night. That was that video. Then this morning, I told you XRP pump. And I got it before it pumped. It just started to pump. I said where it was going to go up, and I even told you it was going to go back down again. And it did. We were right on that one as well. So make sure you watch all those videos so you know what's happening for Sunday. Now we have this event, XRP, Nvidia, Apple, huge pump. Absolutely, that's what's happening now, and we're going to explain it all to you. And then on Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Time, just before we get access and see what the futures are doing, Sensei is going to go live, do all your charts, the last minutes when you can position for Sunday night when it opens. How can you afford to miss this? I mean, there's never been a better time. It is going to be absolutely nuts. We've got the ETF, XRP, Apple, Nvidia, all our top stocks on our show. You're going to miss all of that if you don't tune in with Sensei on Sunday. So let's start with all the news. We're going to be here for about half an hour. We've got to get off, and we're not really going skydiving, are we, Sensei? We're not really doing that. So let's start with the news. Let me start with the news, and then I'll take you over to Sensei. First of all, this is the poll. Are you ready? XRP Ripple. Why is XRP pumping? And we asked you to vote on this. Are you bullish, bearish, or undecided? We had 242 votes in the first few minutes. Let me refresh the screen. Let's see what people are saying so you understand what's going on with XRP. Let's have a little look. 249 votes now. 82% are bullish, and I'll tell you why you should be bullish in a moment if you missed the video earlier. There is the poll in the chat. Make sure you vote on that so you can take part in all of this. Okay, I've just asked you this question. This one here. This is on. Are you in? Are you in for the open on Sunday? XRP, Apple, Nvidia. Are you in? Yes, I'm in. 88%. In the first few seconds, it says 34 votes. Let's refresh it. How are you doing on this one? 34 votes. I've just refreshed it a second ago, so it hasn't changed. Oh, it has. 36. Yes, I'm in. I love that because we're a members-only chat right now, so I know all the Lucasades are watching. They're all in. They've been following us. They bought the bottom. That's the power of the Lucasade family. Okay, we'll come back to the poll. You can go and vote. I've given you the link. Vote on that, and let's see how this pans out during the show. Now then, XRP could surge over tenfold before Trump's term ends. I'm going to give you this. Sensei is going to talk about it in a moment as well and show you all the charts. But most of the information I shared with you already in the previous video. You need to go and watch that. It just went live a few minutes ago, about an hour ago actually, and it's about 5,000 views already. Go and check that out. This is partly the news. Standard Chartered predicted Tuesday that XRP crypto could skyrocket more than tenfold to $12.50. We don't say that. We say $10. Sensei might have an update on that in a minute. Before President Trump's term expires on January 20th, 2029. The token has already up sixfold since crypto-friendly Trump won the November election amid speculation that the Securities and Exchange Commission would drop the lawsuit. We know they did. We were involved in that. Not saying that we had any part up to play, but we did our best. We got the petition signed by I think 1,600 people. I think it was somewhere around there. So congratulations to all of you that took part, and I made sure it got in front of the eyes that matter. The rest, we don't know. It did the job though, right? Okay, still XRP retreated 18% this year as heightened uncertainty over federal government policies, chiefly tariffs, overshadows optimism, but that's all going away. I'm not going to go any more about this. I've explained a lot of this in the show this morning. Go and check it out. I'm going to delete it off the screen. There we go. Boom, there it goes. Now, this is the big story, and Sensei is going to give you the charts in a moment. Trump exempts smartphones, computers, chips from reciprocal tariffs. This is absolutely massive for Apple, Nvidia, and because they all go up, the S&P will go up, XRP will go up on all the other things I've given you because of PPI, because of CPI, because of nobody talking about all those trending positions. You're about to get, I am 100% certain the market is going to rally on Sunday. And of course, I can be wrong, but that is why I'm all in with all my cash, all my margin, and my refinancing. No one could be more in and more bullish. And so far, I've been been spot on. So let's see what happens. Trump exempts smartphones, computers and chips from reciprocal tariffs. This has just happened just a few moments ago. Smartphones, computers and other electronics will be exempt from President Donald Trump's reciprocal tariffs, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection said on Friday. But this wasn't out until recently. No one was talking about it until now. The exclusions applicable to smartphones. It wasn't even mentioned on CNBC and Bloomberg. No one even spoke about it. The exclusions applicable to smartphones, laptops, computers, semiconductors, memory chips, flat panel TV displays, solar cells, hard drives provide some relief. Tons of relief, I should put in there. But there you go. They're being responsible. They're not being entertaining like me, right? Tons of relief from Trump's 125% tariff on China and 10% baseline tariffs on nearly every other country. The guidance should also provide some respite for smartphone manufacturers like Apple, Samsung and chip manufacturer Taiwan Semiconductors. Tech bull Dan Ives has also slashed price targets for Magnificent Seven names like Apple and Tesla over Trump's tariffs, called the exclusions the best news possible for tech investors. That's you and me. That's the S&P. That will also benefit XRP. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Big tech is back off the cliff with these exemptions, and this changes the entire situation for tech stocks with a black swan event for the industry removed. St. Ives, black swan event removed. Language like this, what can I say? What can I say? This is absolutely flipping huge. I'm just going to get a quick reaction from Sensei, then show you another angle on this. Sensei, talk to me, mate. What do you think about this Sunday night? Are you excited, mate?
I'm very excited. I'm expecting a massive pump. The Nasdaq, S&P. I mean, the Nasdaq itself, 10%. Another 10% day. Are we going to get it?
I predicted. So, I said a $60,000 day is coming. I've already had a $36,000 day. Of course, we went back down again and blah blah blah. But a 60 grand day. Now, why 60 grand, Sensei? Because when it was down, what did I do? I bought some more. I bought some more, even though it was slightly higher. I know you asked me this because you said, "Did you buy some more when it went up slightly?" Yes, I bought a ton at the very bottom. Literally at the very bottom, within a few pence of the actual bottom, cents, pence, whatever you like. Then I bought some more slightly higher up. And you might ask, well, why didn't you just buy it all when it was at the lowest level? The reason why I did that, because I've got to manage myself and risk management and so on and so forth. I've got to always allow extra money for extra dips. And I'm already in, I mean, all my cash, all my margin, and then I refinance. You can't be more bullish than I am. But I did that because after PPI was confirmed and how low it was another signal for me to buy even more. Even though it was slightly higher, it was still under my average, because my average has been coming down and the overall price. And for the first time in 14 months, I was down on the S&P when I'd been up 30% at some point. So the fact I'm below and I can lower my average and then trim off the higher ones as we go up to bring that back into balance was the reason why I bought some more. And then I gave you the news about what Trump was saying with the tariffs, knowing we were going to get some resolution very quickly. Well, here it is. I was budgeting for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's happened on flipping Saturday, not even Sunday night. So those that are short in the market are going to get completely wasted on Monday, which then, of course, means they cover their positions. They start buying. You get a bit of a short squeeze. Yeah. All right, they start buying. You can tell everybody all about. I can see you're dying to show the charts, dying to show what this means to people. Sensei, stick with us, guys. Sensei's got all the charts. I can't wait to watch what he says because I'm going to sit back, recline my new chair that the Lucasades bought me, and know I'm in. I don't have to buy and chase. The moment the market opens, boom, and Sensei is about to tell me how rich I'm going to get. So I'm very excited about that. So anyway, just before I let Sensei take over the show, because he's waiting to do it. I mean, I got him out of bed. No, I didn't. He wasn't. He was up. He was up. It's late. It's later for him anyway. But before that, just show you my final bit of news on Trump, and then Sensei stand by with your charts. So here's Donald Trump here telling you all about it. Donald Trump speaks ahead of signing executive orders, all about this. All right. So this was that was a photograph just taken. That's not really relevant, right? But President Donald Trump exempted smartphones, computers, and other tech devices and components from his reciprocal tariffs. New guidance from U.S. Customs and Border Protection shows. The guidance issued late Friday evening. Late, no one is covering it. This is the first time that you're hearing about it. Comes after Trump earlier this month imposed 145% tariffs on China, a move that threatened to take a toll on tech giants like Apple, iPhones, and so on. But not just Apple. We're talking Nvidia. We're talking XRP will benefit. Everything will benefit basically because the S&P is going to go through the roof, right? The guidance also excludes exclusions for other electronic devices and components, including semiconductors, solar cells, flat panel TV displays, flash drives, memory cards. The White House said on Saturday the exemptions were made because Trump wants to ensure that companies have time to move production to the US. I'm loving it. We already knew. Anyone who studies anything, anyone who studies with a clear mind, bought the bottom. Wall Street didn't. Hedge funds didn't. They were shorting it. I did. I can't wait to see what Sensei did. White House Deputy Press Secretary Kush Desai said in a statement that Trump has made it clear America cannot rely on China to manufacture critical technologies such as semiconductors, chips, smartphones, and laptops. At the direction of the president, these companies are hustling onshore their manufacturing in the United States as soon as possible, Desai said. The 20 product categories listed in the CBP guidelines are apparently exempt from the 125 tariff imposed by Trump on Chinese imports and the 10% baseline tariff on imports from other countries. A 20% tariff on all Chinese goods remains in effect. Why would you be investing in China right now? Get your money back here in the United States, because not only is this going to boom on Sunday night, we've then got the years to come when we obviously are going to focus on bringing manufacturing back to the United States. I love it. This is why I never sold out and bought All World, why I never sold out. And I'm from England. I'd love to buy the FTSE, but I bought the S&P and I'm staying. And I'm not selling. CNBC has asked the White House and CBP to confirm the total effective tariff rate on the exempted products, but so far has received no definitive answer. The exemptions are a win for tech companies like Apple, which makes the majority of its products in China. The country manufactures 80% of iPads and more than half of Mac computers produced, according to Evercore ISI. Sensei is standing by. He's here waiting to do his charts. He's going to be the best live stream from Sensei, I'm absolutely sure. Stand by for that. He's going to be very excited. I can see it already. This is the dream scenario for tech investors. Dan Ives, global head of technology research at Wedbush Securities, told CNBC smartphones, chips being excluded is a game changer scenario when it comes to China tariffs. He added the tariffs have been a black cloud over tech since the day of liberation, because no sector was going to be more hurt than big tech. I think ultimately big tech CEOs spoke loudly, and the White House had to understand and listen to the situation that this would be Armageddon for big tech if implemented. Armageddon, my arse. It simply gave you the chance to buy the dip. You bought the dip, you're all in, I'm all in, and now we got Sensei telling us how rich we're going to get on Sunday. Here is XRP. XRP popped when I said it would. I made a live video, told you it would drop, said to you, don't chase it, but it's going to go up when this news gets out on Sunday. Right? There is my, I don't need that. There is my main account waiting for Sunday night. I'm now going to hand you over to Sensei. It's going to be very exciting. Sensei, it's over to you now, mate. I know you've got charts for everything. XRP, Apple, Nvidia, the S&P 500. Give me your thoughts. And then once you give me your thoughts on all of this, then give me all the squiggly lines on the screen.
Yes. it is going to be a crazy open to the market. We're going to be covering it live tomorrow. We will probably stay live until the futures open. So join me tomorrow. This video will take you straight there. Put a notification bell because we're going to watch the markets open. And unlike last Sunday where we watched the markets open and create a bottom, it's going to be the opposite. And again, anything I'm saying in this video is not financial advice. It's just my thoughts and opinions only. And my thoughts and opinions right now are I just see green. I see a big pump. I see markets opening very much the upside, not only because we've got this amazing news about the tariffs again, amazing news. This is the largest part of the S&P 500. We've got Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, the tech industry. You've got Nasdaq as well, which is so heavy in tech, which opened down 5% last time we covered it on Sunday. We've also got everyone that was short in the markets. The short interest is quite high. We've got all those shorters that are just going to be liquidated in seconds on market open, and they're going to have to cover their positions.
I'm not upset about that. I'm not.
Yeah, you decide. I mean, when you open a short position, you open a long position. You're taking on the risk, and the shorters were trying to make money, and it hasn't worked out for them. And they are going to pay the price come around this time tomorrow. We'll be covering it live. I mean, Nasdaq itself, I'm expecting a 10% move to the upside. S&P 500, I'm expecting a 4% rise in seconds within market open. Let me start showing you my screen.
Do you know how you can always tell, Sensei, when it's a really, really, really big story and I'm really, really, but really, really bullish? There's one thing that I do that I even don't do when I am going live all day, going right up to midnight, nearly midnight, covering China. What haven't I done today? Because I haven't had time, and it's more because it's so important. When do I ever? Oh, let me just get rid of that. I apologize on the Sensei's face. When do I not do something? Can you guess what it is, Sensei?
When do you not do something? I'm not sure. You've done your polls.
No, done my polls. Done everything really.
I'm not sure.
Well, there's one thing I haven't done. It was that important. It was priority to get on air. It was priority to talk about it. First time ever, didn't have time to have a shave. That's the priority of this video, Sensei. I got up, I'm on it, I'm thinking, I ain't got time to have a shave. This has to get out now. So now you know, this is bullish. I always take time to get everything done from the production end of things. But you know what? If I ain't got time to have a shave, we're not going to have a shave. I'll have a shave in a minute, Sensei, when you've done. Sensei, I want you now to do your charts. Tell everybody all about it. Sit back and relax now, folks. Enjoy what you're about to see. What you're about to see now is some very exciting charts, which is about to make you all a ton of money, at least if you're in the market. And if you're not, make sure that you join Sensei on Sunday and you get yourself in a position. Don't chase it. It is going to open up. Of course, there'll be profit taking. I'm sure Sensei is going to provide all of that for you so you can find the best way to handle it. Now, before I do that, to everyone, tap the like button. There's 512 watching. There should be at least 300 likes right now. This is huge. If you've not clicked subscribe, please do. But I'm now going to hand you over to Sensei for about 20 minutes of absolute ultimate entertainment. Glorious charts going up. Enjoy this next segment. Sit back and relax. I'm about to put my seat back and recline. Might go have a shave as well. I don't even need to watch. I know what we're about to see. Enjoy. Good luck, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday to everyone. This is some great news we've seen. Let me show you that news again. Let's cover it again. We have to just keep mentioning how significant this is. We've got the news that Donald Trump has exempted electronics, including phones and computers and chips, from these reciprocal tariffs. They still have their baseline numbers, but that is not a problem. Remember what we've been talking about, the fact that a lot of companies are going to start having a big decision. Do they pass on the cost to consumers, or can they take on their cost themselves? Well, in this sector, unfortunately, they wouldn't have been able to take on the cost themselves. We've got a chart here showing the price of what an iPhone would have been going up to. Before, with the exemptions, we've got them at 1,200. If it was if the tariffs were on it, we were looking at an over $2,000 iPhone, high-end GPU going up about 25% if the tariffs were still there. So what this allows them to do, yes, there's a baseline tariff, but that baseline tariff can be the companies themselves can take on that hit. This not only helps this industry, it helps inflation. We're not going to see these massive price hikes. Yes, we'll see them in the auto sector, but this is a massive sector in the United States. And right now, there is more than one bit of good news. The prices are going to be lower for consumers. Inflation's not going to go up, and these companies can continue making large profits and helping the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. We've got not only helping Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, the big tech companies, the large parts of these indexes that a lot of people are invested in, whether it's the S&P 500, Nasdaq, pensions, all this sort of stuff. The US is the largest market, and everyone is probably exposed to it in one shape or form. So this affects every single person in the United States and a large percentage of people around the world. We had the news of the stockpiling of devices. They were taking measures. They're going to be happy.
Sensei, I just want to answer that question there. Someone's getting confused. I just want to make sure no one gets left behind. They open on Sundays. Absolutely, the market will be open on 7 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. The options opens at 5 p.m. on Sunday. If you're on Robinhood, there's overnight trading 24/7, 5 days a week. I'll put the links in the chat where you can get Robinhood UK and Robinhood US. You get access to this. You want to do it now, and you get free shares as well. I get free shares. You get free shares. I'll share with you, get on the screen. Sensei, back to you. I'll put the link for those in the chat right now.
Thank you, Martin. Yeah, so let's continue talking about the effects. We'll go on to the charts. We'll talk about XRP, the S&P, Nvidia, Apple. We're going to be covering all those charts and exactly what we're going to be doing tomorrow. These measures, remember, I've just told you, we could have seen prices raised by 80%. That is no longer on the cards. We've got a reduction in tariffs. We've got the market heading back up. We've got increased product availability. We've got better margins for tech companies. These tech companies come earnings. Remember, earnings season was around the corner. This could have spiraled back to downwards momentum once the tech companies started reporting and started taking this into consideration. Now they know where they stand, but now they've got clarity. Remember, we've been talking about clarity, how important clarity has been and is in the markets. And now we're getting clarity for these companies. He's doing the sensible thing. He's bringing manufacturing back, but he knows that it can't come back in a heartbeat. Me and Martyn have discussed this many times. We knew that these these plants take ages, years and years to come up, but they are going to come back. But it takes time, and he's doing the right thing. What does this mean for the market? Short-term, consumers are less likely to see price spikes, and tech products will remain more widely available. Medium-term, these exemptions provide buffers against inflation in the tech sector, helping prevent further drag on consumer tech spending. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Look at the S&P 500.
Let me come back to that one, Sensei. Just hold your thought on there. I just want to keep everybody up to date. What's happening here fast? We've got Sensei up on a Saturday joining me for a huge event. I've just been covering this. We've got a huge event today. We've got the markets opening up in Sunday night. It's going to be a huge pump. I'm expecting a $60,000 day. Market explode. Apple tariffs all gone away on iPhones, iPads, not on everything, but basically everything that they sell. Nvidia is going to benefit. Sensei's here with the charts. XRP, that's going to benefit. We talked about that pump this morning. It did pump. It went back down again, like we said. I warned everybody, and what you've missed, I've already showed you. In the chat, you've got all the links you need. There's the X, Instagram, how to become a member, Robinhood Free Stocks, USA, UK as well for you. If you want the free training on Discord, there it is. Sensei's providing us charts now. We've just got the news from Donald Trump that all the tariffs for iPhones, Apple are all going away, and it's just happened, a surprise thing last night. No one's noticing it. It's going to be a huge open on the market. I'm very excited, and Sensei's giving you all the positions. If you rewind the beginning of the video, if you've just tuned in live, I will give you all the fundamentals, explain it all, why I'm all in, why I'm excited. Sensei's now going through all the charts, the positions, and everything for you. This is a huge event. Stay to the end. You cannot afford to miss what you're seeing here, folks. This is going to be the biggest moment like I've ever seen in 4 years. We've already had one of the biggest pumps in history on the market, and it's just warming up. I honestly believe that. I'll hand you back to Sensei. Here we go.
Yeah, we are looking just to give you an idea of what the S&P 500 is holding before we look at the chart. We've got Apple at 7.5%, Nvidia at 6%, Microsoft at another 6%, Amazon at 4%. We've got Tesla, Microsoft, Alphabet, Broadcom, Berkshire Hathaway. Again, a lot of Apple. We've got a lot of tech industry. So let's see how this can affect the S&P 500. We are looking at the chart. Let's just rewind to last Sunday where it was all a dark and gloomy, and we were watching the market open, and we knew exactly what level it's going to come down to. Well, we didn't know 100%, but we had a pretty good idea by looking at the charts. Again, now I'm looking at charts. I want to be clear and say nothing I'm saying is buy zones, sell zones. This is just my thoughts and opinions. This is not financial advice. It's my personal opinions, and I'm showing you the charts to get an idea of what is possible when we're looking at it through a chart perspective. The S&P 500, what happened on Sunday? We looked at it. We knew a correction was going to occur. That my first major level, Martyn bought the bottom, not maybe through my charts, but through other reasonings. We also looked at it through the chart perspective, keeping all perspectives the same. And remember, when me and Martyn agree on a level, you better
I've got to be honest, Sensei. The charts were absolutely perfect. I use the charts alongside my fundamental principles at the end of the day. But I'm looking at what people are telling me online, fundamentals, the news, and so on and so forth. But combining the two makes us a powerhouse. I didn't need to look at the charts. I was so confident on CPI, PPI. I was talking to the Bank of America. I literally gave exactly the moment at 3 a.m. there'd be a big drop, which there was. I had some correspondence from the Bank of America. I've got a good friend there, and told you what they would be doing, told you financials would do well on the earnings. They did. We've got more coming up tomorrow. I need to be covering that before the main show. So your charts are absolutely spot on, Sensei. It's just not the way I invest. I'm looking for the fundamentals, and I just confirm when I look at your charts, go, yep, this all adds up. That gives me that extra power. But folks, together, we're a powerhouse. Sensei, carry on, mate.
Thank you, Martyn. Yeah. Exactly as we both thought. We had that big initial move to the downside. Where was it on the chart? It was a 50% retrace. So when did it happen? Well, we had two bottoms, actually, as Martyn just mentioned. One was exactly at open. If you look at the US 500, the futures trading, it came all the way down to 4,842. This is the S&P 500. It had a double bottom scenario, and ever since it has been pumping. So we had the exact first level, which is really held strongly as support, and what we've got now, we've got a gap. And what does a gap mean? A gap is an area where we haven't filled. 90% of gaps, or 95% of gaps get filled, and a gap is where you've got a price of at closing, and you've got a separate price of opening, and that price level hasn't been filled. We've got one on Wednesday, the 2nd of April, and Thursday, the 3rd of April, and that gap is very likely to get filled, and probably tomorrow. What percentage move to the upside is that? For that gap to be filled, we need a 3.87, about a 4% move to the upside. And I think that can happen on open. Remember, we're going to get these people covering their short positions. Remember, we've got this big news that we can't see the effects of it on the market yet. We've got potentially coming back up to this gap fill level, and then breaking this trend line, the supply line. People are going to get more bullish. People are going to start FOMOing in. I don't recommend FOMOing in. Let's be clear. Me and Martyn always say this. It's sort of late now, and we kept saying this on the way down when we were red. We were saying, and I kept repeating it. If you sell, where are you going to buy back? And if you sell, and I said this before we got the biggest day in history, and I said this the day before, one of the biggest days in history, on the S&P 500, that 9.5% move to the upside. The day before, I said to everyone live on air, if you sell out, where are you going to buy back? And if you don't participate in the markets on the biggest 5 days of the year, or the biggest five days of a 5-year span, you're going to miss out on 50% of the gains of the S&P 500. That's why you don't want to start timing the market. It's timing the market, it's DCAing in, it's buying at zones, but never really selling out on a long-term investment. Everyone's situation is different. However, if you miss those big days, you are missing significant gains in the portfolio. Remember, the S&P 500 goes up 13% a year on average, and we had the 10% day. So that's why we keep making it clear. That's why we keep trying to teach you guys. That's why we keep trying to be honest and truthful and not trying to sell videos. If we came on and say, you need to sell out now, let's get really bearish. Oh, you need to buy back today or 100%, we would get 20, 30 times the amount of views. We'll make 40 times the amount of money, but we don't want to do that. This is all about truth. Every other channel, or let's say 95% of other channels and content creators, X accounts, will trying to be fishing for your views and selling you fake news. That's why we came on. We were calm. We were there throughout the night, constantly telling you about these market situations. And if you miss out where you're going to buy back, trying to teach everyone. And the very next day, we got one of the biggest days in history.
Patience is, I think, over 4 years I've learned is the absolute number one thing. Discipline, patience, because it comes, and if it's all very well, you know, dollar cost averaging, and nothing wrong with that. If you're a passive investor, you're not watching what's going on every month. You put in money at the same time, because 20, 30 years you'll be up. But if you buy on the days when it's down, you'll amplify those gains tenfold. And, you know, the fundamentals, for me, that's what I focus on. Sensei, obviously the technicals. But the fundamentals, when we're looking at inflation, when we're looking at what people are buying, and I talk to the CEOs, they're buying in, they're doing this, and so on and so forth. And when you look at Trump, and I reported on the news, I'm following his tweets and everything else, and I looked into the documentation, who was doing the deals with the pro bono legal stuff. I put that out before CNBC and Bloomberg did. And we knew, at least I knew, Sensei agreed with me, that this is a great buying opportunity. Now, I'm not saying it can't go lower. It certainly can, because people just sell it to buy it back. It doesn't matter if they sell it to buy it back. We have bought undervalue. This is the key. At the end of the day, it's not about price action. It's not about hot and cold and bullish and bearish. I know these are all the terms that we use to describe certain events. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing and one thing alone. Whatever you buy today, can you see a path where you can sell it for something higher in the future? So what do you need to do to achieve that? You've got to buy something under value. If you're overpaying for something, you've got to wait a long time. Now, you might get lucky on a pop and a trade and a this and a that, but you're always chasing and you're always worried and you're always sat on the edge. And I often refer to my mate, my friend Big Ed, who's got millions and millions and millions of shares of Amazon when it was like pennies. And he doesn't care when the market goes down 50%. He still buys. He still buys on down days like we had a couple of days ago. He added to his position. He doesn't care that he's paying thousands of percent more than he was originally, because of course he is. You can't buy the I can't buy the S&P for what it was back in the 1800s for 10 cents. If I'm waiting for that, I'm going to wait forever. So of course I'm going to pay more. But what I want to do is when the markets are oversold, and for me, it's anything under 19 times earnings is typically a good time. If inflation's coming down and PPI is good and CPI is good and unemployment is good, the Fed's on your side. You can't fight the Fed. We've talked about that a lot. The Fed have given us bullish signals below the 200 moving average. Yeah, Sensei, I'm learning a bit of your language there, mate. Corresponding with everything else all happening at the same time. Then we got Fed representatives saying they're about to step in, and you got all this other stuff, and you got Trump doing what he's doing. I didn't get it at first, but now I've realized what his game is. I understand where he's going with everything, what he's trying to do. He's not trying to bring down the stock market. He's trying to get interest rates down for his debt position on the government, the US spending, and he's going to achieve that because rates are going to come down, and they say, not me, but they're saying 1 minute it's 2, then it's 5, then it's 4. They're now saying 4 to 5. I'm saying 2. I budgeted on 2. If I exceed 2 and it's 3 and 4, hurrah! My margin gets a lot cheaper, and then I'll be renegotiating it again to improve on it again. But right now, it's great if it comes down, and a lot of people will come in and buy because margin. More companies will be able to MMA mergers and acquisitions. We'll have more people IPOing. It will start to speed up. Our very own Jefferson Boots is IPOing. I think it's any day now, actually. Everything's in place for him in his gold mine. What a great time that will be with the gold and everything else. Flipping heck. I can't wait for that one. So there's so many signs that told us it was the bottom. So what did we do? Not even had time to have a shave today. In 4 years, I never not have a shave on the show. I haven't got time. I need to be here. We need to be doing this. So a couple of days ago, we're up all night. We're working all night. Went from 6 in the morning to 11 Eastern time trying to catch the midnight tariff deadline for China. Unfortunately, we just couldn't make it. Leah had enough. It wasn't me. Leah said, Martyn, I can't do this anymore. Can you end it? You heard her behind the black screen. I would have been there. I never give up. But when my wife says it's enough, and she's saying it like half a dozen times, and the last one is she's carrying a suitcase out the door, you got to stop. That's enough. I need my wife more than I need my subscribers. So I thought, bugger this, we're ending the show. So we nearly got there. We knew this was the moment to focus on the discipline, to focus on the news. What is Trump saying? What is he not saying? What's in between the lines? So I went all in. I bought the very bottom, as Sensei said, without looking at the charts, but using technicals to assist my way of thinking. I bought the exact bottom, and I was buying 10 shares of S&P, 20 shares, even 30 at those levels. So now as it starts going up, that's great. I'm not going to be selling, by the way. I'm not going to be trimming, reducing my margin. I'm going to be working on paying the margin off with my income, holding, because I'm just about to come up to the point now where my dividends from the S&P, which is not even a dividend stock, really, it's a tiny, tiny bit, but it's enough to cover my interest payments. And they're about to come down. I think it's about 66% now covering my interest payments. If that now drops a whole basis point, it's going to cover my interest entirety. So now the growth is free. I bought at the bottom, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get to value. And once we start getting to 25, 26 overtimes earnings, which we will now on the news of this tariff situation, then I can take a little bit of profit if I want. Or if my income continues growing on YouTube, I won't pay off. I'll just keep owning and I won't have to buy on the way up. And what I'll do is I'll reduce my margin, then I'll go cash positive, hold my cash, earning 2% by that point, hold my cash, waiting for another crash, which brings us back down. It won't be back down to here again, because this dip will take us 20, 30% up, and then a year from now, we'll dip down 20%. I'll buy that dip. I'll buy that dip. And that's 18 months, 2 years ahead. That's what I'm looking for. That's what you do as an investor. You look forward. And I don't mind then buying a huge dip in 18 months, because by now I'm up 100%. I don't care. I've made tons of money. It doesn't matter. We dip down 50%, 20%. I've got 30, 40 grand sitting in cash. I just buy it because I've held the ones at the bottom. The ones at the bottom support all the ones at the top. And by holding the ones at the bottom, your margin position is strong because you've not sold. When you sell, you pay the tax, you take your profit, they're done. Those don't exist anymore. You hold them, you do well. Sensei, thank you for letting me interrupt your thing there, but we need to go backwards and forwards on this and keep it going. Sensei, carry on with your please react to that first and then go back to your charts.
No, I completely agree. I mean, that's why we were there, staying live, trying to bring the facts. I mean, it's all about the facts. It's not about the sentiment. Well, it is about the sentiment. We need to keep an eye on the sentiment, but we also need to go back to reality. What is going on? Are these companies actually undervalued? Well, if they are, as an investor, you buy undervalued companies, and at one day they're going to be back up. Whether or not we see another low, we still bought at undervalued territory. We still bought in technically a bear market. That's when you're supposed to buy. That's when you add to your positions. So it's all about removing the noise. Remember that video you did the other day? What was it? Shush, your thumbnail. Do you remember the title of the video?
Yeah, humble, shush, be quiet.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to take away the noise. That's what we always try and do, and bring you the facts, bring you the charts. The charts don't have all this noise. There are very specific things we look at. We take away the noise. You go at someone else's chart and you see 40 million things going on. AI robots doing this, chart predictions doing this. We have very simple levels. We look at it with a clear mind. We bring the facts, and then we can, with a clear mind, understand what's going on and enter positions. And it's as simple as the market goes up, down, or sideways. Where do you want to buy it? You want to buy it when it's down. What do you do on sideways? You accumulate. What do you do when it's up? Well, potentially at that point, you might be able to take profits if that's what you want to do. So it was down. The charts said it was a specific retrace point. Martyn spoke to people. He saw the fundamentals. He took out the noise. He wanted to buy. Those things came together, and we bought at practically the low. We might not be able to do that every time. It might go lower, but so far it's been the low, and after tomorrow's pump, well, we're going to look at the Nasdaq in a second on the chart.
I've got 28 grand left. I would like to leave about 8 grand just for buffer and extra, because it's, remember, I can take my margin out as cash if I need money. That's how I get my money. Remember I said to you before, I don't hold cash. If I want money, I just use my margin and put it back in again, just transfer from my wages. I will spend, if we go down tomorrow, if there is a big final last opportunity for the market to sell it, I know the value, I know the good news, I will buy. I won't buy if it's just go down percent because I'm way up, right? But if it drops like really quickly, 10%, 5%, I will use that 20 grand and I will buy that. I'll tell you that right now. I'll have a buy. In fact, I'll have a buy order set. I'll have a buy order set for something like 10 grand. If we get like a 3 or 4% drop overnight, just to try and catch people out, I'll buy that. And then if it does do that, I'll set another 5% below that for the other 10 grand to bring me to 20. Sensei, let's get back to your charts. Help everybody now find these buy zone, sell zone support levels, because you know what's going on, folks. You don't want to miss it. Please tap the like button. There's 231 likes so far, 550 people watching, and consider subscribing as well. You jump back in there, Sensei. I thought, oh, hello. Go on then. How's this going to work? Oh, get out of it. Get out of it. That's my mini meat. That's my mini wee twin. Tap the like button. Right. I'm going to hand you back to Sensei. We will cover everyone's questions at the end. So if you've got a question, we are in members only mode now. And the reason why we're always in members only mode now is because the channel has grown so much. We want to focus on real investors, not trolls, not bots, not people coming in to make noise, because we've got one platinum investor, a serious whale, watches our show, pays $500 a month. $500 a month to watch this show. He wants our information. He wants to talk to investors, and we do not want idiots, bots, trolls messing it up. So that's why we're always members only, so we can focus. If you want to become a member of our channel, talk to our team, make money. Remember, 23 trades, 23 wins. We don't make habits of losing here. There's the members only link. If you are on an iOS device, select a browser and then desktop version. Let's go back to Sensei and let's find those levels to buy. If you're not in, I'm sure Sensei is going to say, don't chase the pump. I would not chase the pump tomorrow. Just like I said a few moments ago on XRP, it did cool off exactly like I said. Don't chase the pump. It is a bit late. You should have bought a few days ago. But if you didn't and you're thinking, oh my God, I want to get in, remember what I just said. Patience will reward you. If you chase this, I mean, yes, it's going to go up and then it will pull back higher than it is. But it is what it is. You can't make it what you want it to be. You can't take the market back down. Your time will come the next time round this happens, and we'll tell you what that is next time. But for now, Sensei is going to give the best he can. But again, it will require your patience, your discipline. He'll be live tomorrow for all of this as well on his Sunday show. But for Nvidia, Apple, the S&P, and XRP. Let me hand you back now to Sensei. Here we go. Enjoy. Thank you, Martyn. Best charts ever.
Yes, it is, and this is another great chart I'm going to bring to you. This is the Nasdaq. We just looked at the S&P 500. We're looking at Nasdaq now. We'll look at XRP. We'll look at the big ones as well, Apple and Nvidia as well. This is Nasdaq, and Nasdaq's going to have a bigger. There's going to be a bigger surge to the upside, in my opinion, with the Nasdaq, obviously because it's tech heavy. What we're looking at right now is this downtrend that we've been in with Nasdaq. Nasdaq actually got hit the hardest, actually from the highs to the lows. The Nasdaq actually dropped 26%. We've got this downward sloping trend line, which has been tested a few times. This time round, I believe tomorrow on open on the futures market, we'll see this get breached to the upside. And what will happen next is when a supply line gets breached, traders can come back in. The shorters have to buy back their positions. Everything moves to the upside. And we've got our first level of resistance. And that level of resistance could be reached tomorrow. And what that would mean is between a 9 and 12% surge to the upside. That can be over a week, that can be over a day. I wouldn't be surprised if we see levels like that hit tomorrow and then getting sold off. Remember, people are going to overreact. They're probably going to buy back in. Shorters are going to get covered. We are in such a volatile time within the markets. You might see a surge and then a drop back down. We don't know what's going to happen next on the tariff front. However, what we do know is these tariffs have been taken away, and there is an opportunity to take some profits. Again, I'm not going to say sell at these levels, but if someone's taking a trade, what they're going to be targeting is that 200-day moving average, that high from 2024 where we had that correction. That is at about $20,732 on the Nasdaq chart, and then the retrace from the highs on the Fibonacci. So we've got this big zone here with a few resistance levels coming together, and that level is about another 10% move to the upside. So that's what I'll be targeting on the Nasdaq. That is what is achievable, a 10% move in a day, another big day. Last time it was a 13.5% move on Nasdaq a few days ago. We can have a day as big as the other one again tomorrow. FOMOing in is probably the worst thing to do because it'll probably get sold off and it'll go right back down again until we start forming these higher lows and start moving back into a bull market. There's going to be a lot of volatility along the way. There's going to be a lot of opportunities in these markets, but it is also where a lot of people lose all their money. Day traders, look at that thing at the bottom of the screen right now. 95% of day traders lose money. They don't know what to do. They'll panic sell. They will panic buy. They will FOMO. You need to control your emotions. You need to be ready for what's to come. And probably, in my opinion, what's going to happen is a big move to the upside and then being sold off and coming straight back down again. But that 10% move tomorrow is going to be a big one. I think that's what's going to occur. We are then going to move on to something like Apple, the largest part of the S&P 500. This is going to sway things a lot. Apple is also, if it wants to stay in a bear market, well, all it has to do is probably come back up to this 200-day moving averages. We are right at resistance. This resistance is going to break 100% in my opinion, and then it's going to move up, and that has got a 15% move to the upside. Apple has been sold off very, very significantly. From the highs to the low, Apple is down 35% sale on Apple. That is absolutely crazy. We have only moved up 16% since that bottom. I think there is another opportunity of Apple closing some of these gaps. So many gaps on the way down. We are looking at potentially a 10% move on Apple as well. Nvidia, again, these might not be the best times to get in. I'm not going to tell you the levels we saw on Sunday's show. We were live. We told you when it moved down, this is a level that buyers are going to come back in. It might. We weren't sure if it's 100% the bottom. I gave it a more likely than not. This is going to be a local bottom, and it was a local bottom. Right now is a time to just be watching your positions, probably not doing anything with them, and watching this gain tomorrow, which is probably going to be a 10% move on Apple as well. Nvidia as well is going to benefit a lot from this news. That was also oversold. It came back below our $97 target on Nvidia. That as well has been in this bear market trend, lower highs, lower lows. That is also going to break its lows. And even if it wants to continue in the bear market, it's going to go up to that 200-day moving average. That is another 15% move to the upside. And why it's going to have a big surge is because it's at resistance. It's at a trend line. The traders, once this breaks this level, which it probably will tomorrow on futures open, they will come in. They will have to cover their positions. They will start opening long positions and at least drive it to that 200-day moving average. Even if we're on a bear market, these levels get tested and then you form a lower high. And if you're in a bull market, you'll break those levels. So we've got another 13-14% in store for Nvidia as well on the chart. Again, the chart is only one indication. Do your own research. These aren't specific levels for you to sell or buy. This is just me saying technicals are speaking right now, and technicals are bullish right now. These big stocks were oversold. Now they're looking more bullish. Now they're moving into bullish territory on the RSI. The MACD is switching momentum from bearish to bullish. We're getting green candles finally opening up on Nvidia. And tomorrow, get ready, get prepared. What are you going to do with your emotions? Prepare to not be FOMO'd in. If you want to buy back up, then that's your choice. You might make the money back in a couple of years to come. I'm sure you will. But if you're looking for short-term trades, you might FOMO in. The next day it might sell off, you might sell out, and then you've got the worst of both worlds. So be prepared for your emotions. We are probably going to get a big pump on these stocks. Nasdaq is going to go up. Now let's just quickly touch on XRP, because I know Martyn made a video earlier. We've got that big news about the buying of that major exchange. We've also got StanChart, Standard Chartered, a bank, coming out with that $12.50 prediction by the end of the Trump term. That is a massive thing. This is banks now predicting on XRP's prices. XRP has got a lot of potential, and now you've got institutions giving price predictions on crypto. This is what they do on big stocks, and now they're doing it with crypto. The only crypto price predictions we've got is from crypto reporting companies. This is a bank telling us predictions now. And XRP, as I said, let's go to my chart. I mean, let's just see. These are the
Sensei, I'm just going to cut into you. Hold XRP up there. You can see this XRP. This is the basic line chart. I don't need all the fancy stuff like Sensei. Of course, he's the man for that. I told you this morning, I came live just here and told you that this is going to pump exactly here. And it did. If you've missed that video, I explained why. From the fundamentals, I gave you all the news about it. Go and check that video. I'll put it in the link and I'll put it below and I'll put it in the live chat now so you can go and check it out. And it went all the way up. And I said, don't buy it now, let it settle. It started to settle. It went, and I said, it'll come back down again. Live on the show, go and check it. I don't make this stuff up. It went straight back down again. It's now going straight back up again. This news is getting out for tomorrow. Someone just asked me in the chat, do we think that crypto is going to go up tomorrow? Yeah, well, I say yes. I'll let Sensei answer himself. But the reason why I say yes is because of the markets are going to go up. The S&P is going to explode. Apple is going to explode. And crypto traditionally is not going to be left behind. It's not going to sit there and do nothing. I'm sure Bitcoin and XRP will move up at the same time, but not because Apple and Nvidia haven't got tariffs put on them, but that's just how the market goes. Do you agree with that, Sensei? Because someone just asked in the chat a few moments ago, do you expect to see XRP and Bitcoin go up tomorrow? I know you're in the middle of showing them a chart, but a quick answer to that. Do you expect XRP and Bitcoin to go up tomorrow on this?
Crypto is not going to be left behind with these pumps and dumps. Yes, it's exempt from tariffs, but it's a risk on asset. If people are going to enter these positions on the stock market, they're going to turn risk on the crypto side of things as well. So yeah, I do think they will go up in tangent.
Absolutely. All right, I'll hand you back then. You can show your chart on the screen and you can show everyone the buy zones, sell zones and all the rest of it. Once again, before you're looking at the chart for XRP, I'm going to say this over and over again, because even though it's not my responsibility of what you do, you know, I'm here just to entertain, provide information. It's not financial advice. It's on the screen all the time. It's below in the description all the time. But I do care about my viewers, and I certainly care about the Lucasades. Everyone here is a member. We're in members only mode all the time because we have large investors that want to make money. 23 trades, 23 wins. I've now got $330,000 in my portfolio. I started with $5,000, never shorted, never done options. There's the money, 296, just under 300 grand in my main account, 34,000 in my Roth IRA. You know, this is what I'm doing. I want you to win. And if you follow the basic principles about buying value, undervalue, not about the right time, but when it's the right time. It's not like chasing the market or anything, but have patience. We're now going to go back over to Sensei because tomorrow night, the markets are going to explode. I've told you I had a $36,000 day 2 days ago. I'm going to have a $60,000 day on Sunday night, Monday morning. Very confident of that. But you don't want to chase it, but you do want to be in. You should have bought when we said, if you, and most of my investors, I'm looking at this now in the chat, and you are saying huge pump on Monday, 68%, 781 votes have voted so far. I've got another poll here you might want to look at. These are the real investors. Remember, we're all members only now. We haven't got idiots talking rubbish. These are real investors. I put this out and asked you, are you in? Now, this is our investors. These are our Lucasades, all right? Are you in the market right now? I'll give you the link to this. This is our community page on YouTube, where you are right now. I've dropped it in the chat. Look at this. Let me refresh the screen. 64 votes. Yes, I'm in. The Lucasades are in. The members are in. They bought the bottom with me, literally to the penny. I mean, impressed, right? Especially with that I wasn't using a chart to make that decision. The chart gave me confirmation. Sensei's chart gave me confirmation. Wow, look at that. Now 90% of the Lucasades are in. I'm going to get lots of super chats on Monday morning. Hey, Sensei, we're going to get you'll get lots of super chats on Sunday. I'll get lots of super chats on Monday. People are going, I've just made a fortune. I bought the bottom with you. Thank you very much. I can't wait. Hey, Leah, book the holiday. Going to make loads of super chats on Monday. I'm loving it. Right, go and vote on this. 81 votes now, 90%. I'm loving it. I'm so excited. Do I look excited? I've not even had a shave, guys. That's how passionate. I've not even had a chance to have a shave. I needed to get on the show, bring this to you. So please tap the like button. Do you know what? Can we get any more than this? 600. You know what? Everyone's liked it. We got 275 likes. Yeah, we got 50%. Everyone's liked it anyway. Right, if you wonder what I mean by 50%, only 50% of people are signing to Google. That's why I talk about 50%. Right, let's go back to Sensei and get those buy zones. Just let it, if it goes up, let it go up, wait for people to sell it, or if it does go down first thing because of a big sell-off first, then buy it. But be patient, guys. Set your limit orders. Don't do the buy, don't just buy. It'll be moving so much, you'll miss out, all right? Do a limit order. Always set a limit order. Right, let's go over to Sensei now and look at those charts. Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, Martin. Let's look at one of the final charts than that. I do actually want to show gold as well after XRP, but let's have a look at XRP because this is my favorite. This is what I'm excited about. This is what a lot of the Lucozade army is now also looking at. XRP is now done what we said it's going to do. I'm going to be clear. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying you keep getting this right, you keep getting this spot on, but look, I don't know how much longer I can do this. At some point, I will be wrong. But what's happened here is, remember all those times, the bear market warnings, the 50% warnings, the $2 buys, the $2 support. And then what did I say last week? Well, $2 is not going to hold this time round. $2 is not, like, I didn't say 100%, but I said $2 is very unlikely to hold this time round. What we're probably going to see is finally these three levels of support that we've been eyeing up for weeks now come into effect. $1, and I said I'm going to buy at these three specific levels. $2, $1.85, $1.71. What was the bottom? $1.71. Maybe it dropped down to $1.60 for a split second. But these three major levels came into effect. We came and tested the 200-day moving average. And since those lows, we're up 31%. Since that final buy at 171, we're up 25% in a matter of a few days. We're back above $2. The amount of people that were trying to make people fearful on Twitter, saying it's breaking significant support, it's got a head and shoulders pattern. This is the bear market. XRP is going to fall down to 50 cents. Yes, there's an opportunity. There's an option that the whole market goes into a bear market, and we might see XRP back at $1. But when the S&P 500 and the markets are reacting well, these are brilliant levels to be accumulating for myself. $1.71, $1.85, each of these levels, like you just take a look back and you just look at the chart and you look at these three levels that we've been talking about. If $2 doesn't hold, and you see them all get filled within a couple days, and you're back above $2, you can't ask for anything more bullish. You came down, you swiped these low, you've hit them, you've tested them as support, you've come back up, you've shown strength, you're back above $2. Well, what else is there to ask for? This is not the time to be FOMOing in. This is not the time to say, shall I buy now? That was the time for that was a couple of weeks ago. The time for that was when you were at support levels. You're back above support levels. You've had a 25% move to the upside. You've had your recovery. Now is the time to hold, sit back, relax, watch what it does. Comes back down, buy lower. Comes to $1, you buy lower. Or what it's looking like now is the market's going to continue moving up. XRP's has headlines all over the place. We've got price targets from banks. We've got Ripple buying up companies. We've got trillions now coming onto the XRP ledger. We've got law cases coming to an end. We've got leverage ETFs being launched. We've got spot ETFs coming up. XRP is one that we've accumulated at levels. I mean, you look at these levels, but then you also look over the past few years at 50 cents, 30 cents, 60 cents.
And Sensei, all of this sits on an extreme fear of 13% on a Sunday night. Trump knows exactly what he was doing. He released this information on Friday night when no one was paying attention, when the markets were down and selling off. Sensei, back to you.
Yeah, I'm sure him and his friends have made a lot of money, but thankfully we were part of him and his friends. We took the noise out, we listened to what's going on, and we managed to jump on and make some money for ourselves as well. Markets, as Martyn's just pointed out, they're still in extreme fear. That's going to change tomorrow. And just looking at the XRP chart here, you're looking at the RSI, and that's sat at 50. It's got so much room to run before it's overbought again. You've got the MACD, which has printed its first green candle after this last move to downside. So the momentum is only just shifting XRP, and we can look for these $12 targets by the end of the term. We can look at $10 by the end of the year again. We need to see how the markets will play out, but that is still on the cards. I'm very confident of a $12.50 XRP by the end of the term. $10, $9, it's all around the same target, and we are still very much on track on the bigger picture here of $50 to $100 in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm very much on track on that, and I couldn't be more bullish on XRP. I would be buying on every dip. I bought it on this dip, and I would buy it at $1. Right now, I'm not going to say buy it because you're probably going to trade in and out because of all the FOMO. And if you're not already in, then you didn't want to buy it on the way down. You're probably going to make some bad decisions on the way up as well. So right now we've had the levels, we've had the support. Now it's in no man's land. It's probably going to move up higher, but it's in no man's land. It's not a place to start taking trades. If you're looking at long term, then you always nibble your DCA. That's your strategy. My strategy is to buy when it's undervalued. My strategy is to buy when there's pain in the market, and when there is red days, and when there is support. Right now, that was a few days ago. Right now we're back up. We're up 25%. We're back above support. I'm just going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it, and whatever happens, I've got a plan. We're going to be talking more about the XRP charts and my specific plans, my take profit strategy, where I can see this going, how the tariffs are going to affect it, the big news about the banks, going deeper into this massive acquisition and how important it is. That's all going to happen tomorrow at this time. It's about an hour. Wherever your time zone is, look, about 50 minutes from now tomorrow, so about 25 hours from now, I will be live on this same channel doing the chart show, doing the crypto show, discussing cryptocurrencies, discussing charts, covering all your questions. And I'm going to just quickly show you gold before we move back to Martyn. But gold, look, I mean, 2 years ago I came and showed you a massive gold report about how gold's going to be doing in the next few years. I made that myself. I did a whole report on it. Now we're reaping the rewards. Now you're seeing gold go back up. We saw it sell off so people can cover their margin. We're seeing it go back up because of all the uncertainty going on, the tariffs, anything. Gold, people always flee to gold when they don't know what to do with their money and when they just want to put some aside. And gold in the last 3 days has gone up 9%. So thank you very much, Martyn, for your gold Robin Hood chart.
Yeah.
That has gone up in value.
Yeah, we're not mentioning that. I've still got it here, mate. I can just keep it and just send you the money I paid for the S&P, and you can stuff it. You can have it back.
Hey, great for both of us.
Yeah, but you do realise though, right? I'm pretty sure. What do you think? Whether you agree with me or not, do you think gold will sell off now to take some profits because all-time gain so quickly? I mean, take some money out of that. That'll go down tomorrow, won't it? If it moves, we often see the piggy banks like Coca-Cola, J&J, and protection stocks like gold sell off just to buy the tech. Always rises back to the top. That's the Mag 7. What do you think, Sensei?
Yeah, there will definitely be some underlying actions on day to day. Just like when the markets drop, people sold it off to pay it off. When the markets go up, some people might FOMO and sell their gold. But there is this underlying fact that gold, that the world's becoming a more uncertain place, and there is and a more dangerous place. People flee to gold. The central banks all over the world are stockpiling on gold as well. So we've got that underlying bullish effect on gold, which is going to continue moving to the upside. But yes, there will be day-to-day actions where maybe tomorrow gold sells off. I wouldn't be chasing this sort of pump, but I do agree with you. We could have a sell-off on gold tomorrow.
Yeah, I would not be buying gold right now. Yes, I get what you were saying, but not buying gold the night before we get this. Now, guys, Before we finish, we're going to finish, right? We don't want to just go on all day. It's great. We've got everybody here. We could talk all day. It's a wonderful thing. But we're going to give you some really important links now. And we're also going to give you an opportunity to, in fact, I'll tell you what it is after this. But I'm going to share this with you because a few months ago, I recorded this for you. And of all the crypto, even though I don't own crypto, I'm only in the S&P for integrity of the show. So I'm not in the pump and dump club. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just S&P all the way, not because it's the best, because you can make more money on other things if you get it right, but because integrity of the show, what's important is you, not my individual portfolio. My focus is on delivering the show. Very, very much like there's lots of reporters on CNBC who are not allowed to buy the stock, all right? It's the same principle. But having said that, of all the crypto in all the world, if I had to pick one, it would be XRP. And I don't just say that, and I'm not just thinking it and making it up. I was so much so, I recorded this. Stay right where you are. Going to have some fun. This will take a couple of minutes. I'll be right back with some links and some information that you're going to need to take you into Sunday. But just to show you how bullish I am on XRP, I put me out on. I put my World Piano Man title together, and I recorded this for you. This is the XRP song. Enjoy. Here we go.
We're gonna tell everybody about XRP. Everybody XRP to the moon, oh baby. Yeah, oh baby. Oh baby. Having some fun tonight. We're gonna tell everybody about XRP. Everybody come on, make some money with me, oh baby. Some XRP tonight. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Have some fun tonight. Woo! Have some fun tonight. Have some fun tonight. We're gonna have some fun. Have some fun tonight. We're gonna tell everybody about XRP. Everybody make some money with me, oh baby. Yeah, yeah, oh baby. Tonight, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Have some fun tonight.
We caught Sensei doing a head dance.
We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna have some fun. XRP tonight. 1, 2, 3.
Bit of live telly there.
Till I'm married, about XRP. Everybody has some XRP, oh baby. Yeah, yeah, baby. No, baby. Having some fun tonight.
All right. Do you want some XRP stuff? I'll tell you all about it. Hang on. I'll give you some XRP stuff. Hold on to your seats. Let's go.
We're gonna tell our Mary about XRP. Everybody have some XRP, oh baby. Yeah, baby. Woo, baby.
Why am I showing this? Hold on to your seats. I'll tell you why I'm showing this in 30 seconds.
Make some money tonight. Woo.
20 seconds.
Make some money tonight, yeah. Make some money tonight. We're gonna make some money. Have some fun tonight.
The XRP song, we had a bit of fun with that one. Now, why is that so important? Why am I showing you that? Why are we so excited? Because the market tomorrow night is going to be life-changing for so many people. If you were shorter, well, I'm sorry, I don't really care. You made your choice and you're going to lose your money. But the rest of us, the investors, the ones that bought the bottom, that believe in the markets, that believe in XRP, believe in Apple, believe in the S&P, you're about to make a ton of money if you bought at the bottom. If you didn't, you now know all the buy zone, sell zone. zones. Now then, what happens now? Where do we go from here? I'll tell you where we go
just to
from
let
here.
people know, when that video was being produced, the reason we were so happy is because we were taking profits. I mean, we didn't take all our profits, but we made, I think that was around $3.3. Go back and watch the videos. Those were specific targets. We were selling and making money. I still hold my long-term positions, but we were selling there. We were excited. We were happy.
Yes. So here comes the information that you need to get ready for tomorrow, because we're going to end the stream now. So I'm only going to give you each thing once, so pay attention. If you want XRP to reach an audience it's never done before and everyone to get excited about it before it goes up, here in the chat, here is, go and bookmark this. Here is the XRP song. We want this to trend. Doesn't make me any money. It's a copyrighted song. It's Long Tall Sally by Little Richard, in case you're thinking, oh my God, Martyn's written an original song. No, I haven't. If you've been around since the 50s like me, you'll go, yeah, it's Long Tall Sally, mate. I just changed the words and played it. That's all I did. Right, I'm not going to take credit for Little Richard. There you go. There is the XRP song. Everyone needs to play that on loop. Make it go viral. Stick it on your social media. I'll be watching and seeing whoever does. If you put it on social media, X, Instagram, wherever you put it, I'll be commenting to you if you tag me in or you write the hashtag Lucasades so I can find it. All the Lucasades will share it. You know, you Rick rolled. You know Rick Astley, never going to give you up. Right, this is going to be bigger than that. Making sure that you share it with everybody, send it to everybody, get it going, and every time you tag Lucasades in it, I will see it. All the Lucasades will repost your stuff on your stream, so you'll blow up on your Twitter, X, Instagram, whatever you like. Make sure you do that. Okay, you've all got that? All right, everyone's taking care of that. That's that done. That's the XRP song. Now then, to celebrate all this, folks, to celebrate all this, we knew it was coming. We invested. I went out. Well, I didn't really. Sensei did. He went out. Well, actually, no, I did really, because he spent my money. He went out and he bought the official logos. So we're not one of those channels that just make up stuff and hope they get away with it. No one sues them. We bought this and we paid proper money for the XRP logo, and we brought out a whole range of stuff. Did you want to show it, Sensei, what they've got? Are you going to go full screen on it? Are you going to show it, or shall I? Should I do it? Then you can you do it. All right, you do it. All right, there you go. What we got here, Sensei? He's got a whole host of stuff. The old collection's all sold out. We've got our new collection out. What's really exciting is we've got our first merch meeting, our first tea club, coffee club, whatever you like to call it, with the investors that have bought merch. Remember, if you buy them. Oh, we just lost him. Is he gone? I'll give him three.
Can you still hear me?
Oh, he's back. We just lost you. We're just getting low Wi-Fi.
Right.
You're good now. You're back. Carry on.
Okay, good. I was just saying, if you buy the merch, make sure you put it into Discord, post the picture, because we're having a...
Oh, we're just losing you again.
We'll probably turn it into a monthly event on the last Friday of the month. Let's see how it goes. What we're going to do is post a private link for anyone who's part of the merch club to be part of the merch club. Buy merch, post the picture on Discord. You will have access to a private Discord lounge for only merch holders. We'll post the link there. We'll go over to a completely unlisted, it will never be on YouTube, event where you can be part of, and we do have the new XRP collection out. Martyn showing a few items from that. There is the spring mugs, and right now there is actually, for the people that have been looking out, if you click on any of these of our new collection of the mugs, if you bring back my screen, I'm going to show everyone, Martyn, a little hack to get 40% off.
Up there, look. Is that what you mean?
That is one of the bundles there. That's if you're a big XRP supporter. I think that's a 25%. There's deals hidden around. That one is an XRP bundle for the XRP holders. You get the jumper, the t-shirt, the mug. And you also, there you go, if you spend a certain amount, you get 20% off as well. The best one right now, Martyn, if you let me show my screen, I'll show them what the best deal right now is. Some people might be excited about this, is getting 3 mugs. I know the Lucasade love their mugs. Join us for the event, have a tea, but this is the best deal right now. You've got the 11-ounce mugs, you've got 1 XRP one, you've got 1 buying the dip one, you've got the Lucasades win mug, 3 mugs for 40% off. You're saving £26. 3 mugs, £40. And there it is. You've got it as well. You can look at the buy the dip mug. It's got both our logos on. You can click on the Lucozade mug. That's the one we brought out when we're winning, and you can see how many's left there, Martyn. You can see it on the right. It says it in orange. If you zoom in, right above the add to cart.
Oh, only 5 left.
5 left. So there was 10 left. There's only 5 left of them. You can buy it as the bundle. You can buy it by itself, and you can. We've done it as a bundle, so you can get all 3. So very exciting. I'll post the link in the chat. But get ready for that event. That's happening in a couple weeks time. I mean, this is the buy the dip mug. When the dip was there, signify that you're buying the dip. It's got my logo, Martyn's logo. You've got the Lucozades winning as well. So a few new mugs there, 5 left of these mugs. Buy it as part of the bundle and you get 40% off, or just buy 1 mug and just be part of the merch club.
I love it. I love it.
There.
And it was designed specifically for those that liked, because you're investors, right? It's why I always said my membership is the cheapest on YouTube, a couple of bucks for this channel, 99 cents for the the extra channel, and it never goes up. And in fact, it gets cheaper every year for inflation. So we needed a shop to be the same. If you go on there and you look around and you do it properly, and if you actually work it out right, you can end up getting like mugs for free, because you'll go in here and you'll get the bundle rather than buying individual mugs, and then you spend so much, then you get another 25. I just hope Sensei's worked it out right, because we last did this, we ended up going, we're giving mugs away and we're paying for the postage. It's such a good deal. It's designed for people, money people, who like to find the deals and go, hang on, if I bundle that with that and I buy that, I can get that for free. Let me just change that a minute. Let me add that. Oh, hang on, that's better. Let me see what currency's best. We got multiple currencies. So you can work out really how to get a good deal. And it's designed that way. For those that just don't care, the rich people, which we like the most, to be honest, they just come on and go, I'll buy that. And they don't even care. They just go individual stuff. They waste money. They waste money. The smart people go, we bundle it up and we get the discount. And then we check the currency as well. I love it. And that's why we designed it. We made it fun. We made it great so you could make some money and save some stuff and get yourself some souvenirs and all the rest of it. Right, that's the shop. I put martynlucasshop.com in the link in the chat. Now then, let me end this poll. This is important. Stay right with us. We're nearly finished. Huge pump on Monday, 69%. 979 votes. All right, I'm going to end that. I think everyone knows the market is about to pump. All right, everyone knows it. So let me end the poll. That's wonderful. I hope you're all in. I've given you the link after this. Now, on the previous stream, I sent you all, so you've already been to Sensei's show on Sunday. You've already done that, all right? I'll show you on the screen, and we'll give you the link as well. This is where you're all going to go on Sunday. Now, Sensei, you said everybody would go there automatically at the end. It's not going to work out quite that way this time, and I'll tell you why. Because everybody's already gone through on the previous stream. You can see we've already got 29 likes. You can see people are already in the chat. This is the show on Sunday, 3 p.m. What I'm going to do, though, is give you the link to the show. So this is where you want to go on Sunday. So this is Sensei XRP special, SPEC, and everything else for that matter, because everything is going to open crazy, right? So there's the link for Sunday. Now, if you're not sure, if the link, well, of course the link will work, but if you want to do it this way as well, you can look where you are right now on the homepage of the channel, mobile or computer. You can see the show light right there, upcoming live stream. Upcoming live stream. That's the next show. We always put the next show if we've scheduled it out, which, you know, we're live every day at the same time, opening bell, closing bell, but we like to put them on the screen here as well. So upcoming live stream, there it is. You can go to that on Sunday. You got to go and check these videos out I've just recorded for you, explaining why the market would pump. XRP pump, and gave you all the details, the specifics, why it pumped this morning and why I said it would sell off, which it did. Both got it right again, Sensei. How about that? Well, how about that, Sensei? And then you got the pump for generation. I made that prediction. It's happening right now. You've already kind of missed it. The Google Trump deal. There's the Google Trump deal. The bad news. Told you about the bad news. Check that out. There's the PPI. You need the numbers of the PPI to understand where we're going. Why the market popped. That was Donald Trump's statement. No one covered that on social media. Look, no one's even watching it now. Look, 1,300 views. No one cares about why the market pops. It's amazing. But that's the reason. Donald Trump gave you all the names of the people he's doing the deals with. And I gave you the list of the stuff. It's just boring stuff that no one wants to listen to, but it's the facts nevertheless. That's where we are now, and there's Sensei's show, of course, again, on the homepage of the channel. You can't miss it. But what we're going to do, because you've already gone there in the last stream, you already went there, click the like, click the reminder. You've already done all those amazing things. So what we're going to do now is, rather than send you there automatically, I'm going to send you here. Now, this is really important. This is the extra channel, and I've given you the link in the chat already. It's pinned to the top. Now, why do you want to go here? Why do I want you to go here? Is it because I'm going to make 1 cent per person every 8 minutes or so? Yep, that's the real reason. Yes, I really want you to go there, sit there and watch for 24 hours, because every 8 minutes I earn 1 cent. Not from you personally, but the ads it costs and generates. Yep, so I can buy the S&P to prop up the market. Absolutely right. That's why I want you to go there. But what's in it for you then, other than me earning 1 cent every 8 minutes? Well, the reason why I want you to go there is this reason. We're about to restream this show and the XRP news this morning that you've missed. Now, you can go and watch the video if you want to. Of course you can, and we hope you do. But if you'd rather watch it live, and you go, it's not live, you're just restreaming it. Yeah, I know. That's why I call it restream. That's why it says restream. I'm not trying to deceive you in any way, but I'm going to replay it for you. And the reason why is we have members in 69 countries that watch at different times. And you go, well, why do I care about that? I've already seen it. Well, you haven't seen it. If you've just tuned in, you missed the beginning, didn't you? Right? The reason is for this. This is our live chat, 24/7, 7 days a week, no bots, no trolls, just members, people that are investors. Now, why do you care about that? Well, because as we go throughout the day, different time zones join in around the world, and you will get to know what people are saying about XRP. And not only that, you can chat to those people about what they think about XRP, but also you can ask them questions. Our team will be in there. I'm in there. Sensei's in there. Our moderators are in there 24/7. Always somebody in our team in there. And more important than that, you can say things, and I'm watching this, questions, things you want to know. You can alert me to things I haven't seen, but good luck with that. I see everything. I see everything. Yes, I do. But if I miss something, because it's possible, sometimes I sleep. Yes, I know. Sometimes I sleep. So if I miss something, write it in there. When I open my eyes, which I do about 3 o'clock in the morning just to go to the toilet, I check it. My wife loves me doing that. You can imagine how that goes down. I check it and go, oh, Leah, someone wants to know about this. I need to go make a video. And I'll answer it, or I'll tweet it, or I'll go into X or Instagram. So that's why you want to be in there. And that's why our members watch this 24/7, and they're following what's going on, and it'll keep you updated. And then when Sensei goes live, or something's going to happen tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I put the link in there. It takes you right to it. You don't miss it. So it's a way for you to keep in contact, never miss anything, and we always making sure that all our investors, the members, get all the information all the time. And this channel is free to watch, free to listen to. It's just 99 cents that's all it costs. Yes, 99 cents, less than 1 XRP, right? 99 cents just to give you the place to talk to people without bots, trolls, scammers and everything. Trust me, they won't even pay, or they can't even pay 99 cents. And we've got no one in there. It's all solid. All right. That's where this is going to end you at the end of this stream. So you've all got the link. Sensei, you're back on the camera again, mate. Stop scratching your ear. There he is. He was looking down on it. What were you doing then, Sensei? Who are you texting? What are you reading? You're muted. You muted yourself. You're still muted.
I was getting prepared for the market open and the stream tomorrow. I was just editing the description.
Oh, editing the description. Good idea. I thought the description was rubbish. I was going to say it, but I thought I'd let you sort it out, and you have now, so that's great. All right, we're all done, folks. We're going to leave you now. I hope you've enjoyed the stream on the Saturday after. I can't believe it. We had one this morning, one now. It's been an epic day. I want to thank everyone. Before I get Sensei's final thoughts, let's have a look here. Look at this, 76,000. We were at 75,000 and something a few hours ago. Now we're at 7,679. I can't thank you enough. How many people joined us? 5,000 people joined this stream, Sensei. There you go. Absolutely flipping marvelous. Can't thank you enough. This is the show tomorrow. This is where you're going to go now. We're going to restream this plus the one you missed earlier. So you've got to go in there, click the link at the top, and it'll automatically take you there. Sensei, we've got you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I'm not going to do any more now. There's no point me coming on doing any more because I'm done. I'm fully invested. I'm ready for the open. I'm very excited. I predict a huge day, potentially 60. Can you imagine? 60,000. I bought my first house for $40,000. And before anyone says, it wasn't 300 years ago, it was about 30 years ago. But $40,000, pounds, about 50 grand, I guess, could be up 60 grand tomorrow without doing anything. Why are we up? Why are we up? Why will it be up that much? Could be spent 4 years studying, researching, waiting, buying the dip. It's not a magic trick. It's not a gamble. It's not the casino. It's buying at the right time. Sensei, what's your final thoughts and messages to everyone? What should everyone expect from your show tomorrow? And what should everyone do when it opens tomorrow? You give me the final thoughts.
We've prepared for the open. We've done what we had to do. Now we sit back, enjoy it, relax. If you've taken a trade, then you might consider taking profits. But we are prepared for the open, whether it's down or up. I'm very much convinced it's going to be up. I'll be very surprised if it's down. We'll be open. We'll be watching that together on the stream tomorrow. So join me. It's literally about an hour. It's about half an hour. Take it forward from the time now. And then this time tomorrow. So join me there tomorrow. We'll be looking at the charts. We'll be getting prepared. We'll be looking at your specific requests. We haven't been able to cover everything today, but tomorrow on the chart show, we will be doing all your requests, any of your crypto suggestions, your stock suggestions, and then we'll be looking at the live open. So join me there tomorrow. I'm very excited.
Feels good, doesn't it? Feels good. It feels good to be an investor. Sensei's a trader. He likes to trade, use the charts. I'm a long-term investor, and it feels good today. Sensei, let's do it together, mate. Until next time.
Take care of yourselves.
And each other. Have a great night. Bye-bye. See you on Sunday. See you on Extra. I'll see you back on Monday with a blooming great smile on my face. Ta-ra.